the entire collection as of filming right now is done, and I can see it, and it's amazing. I'm really, really happy with this collection. Y'all are really gonna like it.
Welcome to Cat and Raven Designs. I'm Cat, they, them.
And I'm Raven, and I suffer. And I use she, her while I do it.
That she does.
Hi, and welcome to a new month, a new collection. Thank you so much to everyone who purchased soaps for our last collection, A Curse Upon the Government. There might still be some soaps available. We are currently filming this well before launch, so I have no clue. But it is time for a new collection, and this month's collection for the month of August is going to be called Millennial Trash. And I think I am going to try and make a sticker out of this. I think it should be fun. I hope you enjoy it. As usual, this is going to be available on the last Friday of the month. So for August, that is going to be the 29th. Add it to your calendar so you don't forget. If you need a reminder, you can sign up for our email list on our website, catandravendesigns.com. I send out one email a month, and that is just to remind you of the launch. Check that out. It is also solidly in the middle of summer, and even though it is only 11 in the morning, it's already hot. So we're keeping the curtains closed to try and keep the coolness at a reasonable level for the rest of today. So apologies, we do batch film, but let's get going. We've yapped enough. Let's go. Be gone. I have the new sprayer, the big. Oh, this is not it. Hold on. I actually got them. Deserved, frankly. All right, well, I'm kicking off this collection, and boom, here is my design. It is going to be called Party Cup. If you are a millennial or older, you will probably recognize this design, although there has been kind of a cult following coming out of this design. So if you're not familiar with it, or maybe you are a little bit familiar with it and you'd like some more information, this is inspired by a particular solo cup design. Didn't start off as a solo cup. Solo Cup bought the company that originally made it in 1992. I did my research. Here's the original actual design, which is called Jazz. We are not directly making Jazz Solo Cup, chill, but it's originally called Jazz, and this is my interpretation of it. And I think it's kind of fun to know that it didn't start as a solo cup design, and there's some dispute as to who actually originally made this design. Generally, it's accepted that it was made by a designer named Gina Eckes, but there's some controversy over this design that it might have actually been made by another designer called Stephanie Miller. Very interesting. I don't know if there's even a way to really be sure anymore, because a lot of companies, even now, are not very good about keeping attribution for the designers that make the things that they have, which is crazy. So it sounds like, from the bare research I've done, there's not any solid indication. There's no paper trail to show who came up with this design, which is unfortunately very normal. Designers for a long time don't get proper attribution, which is really too bad. And why AI is so goddamn frustrating. I hate generative AI. I hate it. Disney's suing Midjourney right now, so we'll see how that goes. Disney and Universal tying together in a crazy...
Probably all that Disney porn made with generative AI.
I mean, it's for a lot of reasons, but...
I'm joking.
Hey, just so you know, we are very anti-generative AI. We don't use any kind of generative AI here. If you ever see anything that is worded weird or looks funny on our website or in our videos, please know that is grade A, homegrown, 100% human error. No chat GPT, no generative AI, none of that. No thanks. So, we're going to go ahead and try and get this made. I think it should be interesting because I'm going to be doing it mostly white and then our two colors. And then I'm going to be using a hanger to try and get that like wavy look to imitate the brush strokes. Obviously, we're not going to be able to achieve exactly the same as the Jazz design, but we're going to try. First things first, let's talk about fragrance and colorants. Let me know when you're done. You good?
Yep.
Thank you. So for my fragrance, I chose a recreation of Calvin Klein 1. So this is a dupe by Wholesale Supplies Plus. I looked up fragrances that were really popular in the late 90s and early 2000s, and the one was one of them. So your fragrance notes for this dupe are lemon and bergamot, gardenia and jasmine, dark amber, and hardy musk. I do like to try and mix it up every once in a while. I know not everybody likes a fruity fragrance. I know we do, and we love to do a fruity fragrance, but we've always had lots of requests for more musky fragrances. So this one's for you.
Hey, I do fruity fragrances because I'm super fruity.
It is kind of on brand for us, yes. And then for our colorants, I'm going to be having a base of titanium dioxide, which I've mixed up with a little bit of oils and water over here to try and help break it up in advance. It's going to be going in the remainder of the base. And then to try and achieve that really pretty tealy color, I've got mostly sea glass because that is nearly it on its own. And I added just a little bit of peacock to darken it ever so slightly.
Oh, you definitely like that peacock.
Peacock is really pretty.
Super
But
pretty.
this is mostly Stop. This is mostly sea glass anyway. So, you. And then for that purple line, that purple brush line, we're going to be just doing purple vibrance.
If that's a combination of sea glass and peacock, does that make that sea cock? Or is it glass cock?
We've been filming for 12 minutes. Let's do safety mode, okay? Yeah, cool, thanks. And safety mode achieved. We are ready to make some soap. Let's go. As usual, we have our base of our oils, and I'm going to be adding in a mixture of lye and water so that these two can go through a chemical reaction called...
Saponification.
You hurt yourself with your bullshit that time?
A little bit.
Let's add in the lye water. So we can do saponification, which is the chemical reaction that turns it into bar soap. And time to blend. I already know from my testing that this fragrance oil performs beautifully, so I can blend the crap out of it and it will not matter, which is great. Just gonna give this a quick hand blend. Hey, in the sink on the left-hand side is a tiny whisk. Do you mind grabbing that for me?
It's so tiny. It's baby whisk.
What? Don't f the camera with the whisk, you weirdo.
Oh, is that not what they say? Mean when they say mix up the insides?
Stop! You're a terror. What is your damage?
God, I don't think I've heard anyone say "what is your damage" since like the late '90s, early 2000s.
You live with me. I say that all the time.
Not as much as you think.
Hey, all right. Well, let's get our white in here. See, one of my problems with titanium dioxide, even when you get oil-soluble titanium dioxide instead of or water-soluble, is that it doesn't mix very good. It's really annoying. Quite often you end up with these little speckles of white. So I try to make sure anytime I'm going to be using titanium dioxide anymore that my fragrance can really withstand a lot of blending. Try and compensate for it. It's annoying.
But no, more often than not, you're asking me, why am I like this?
Sometimes, yeah. But I also am saying things to people other than you.
True.
And I do say, what's your damage? Because I'm a dirty millennial. How's my corners looking?
A lot better.
A lot better or good?
Good.
Okay. All right, did you want to lower the camera here in a sec?
Yeah, we're also going to probably need to stop for a second and restart.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you bullshit for too long and now we're running out of time?
I mean, that's not a me problem.
That is a you problem. You did it. Canons can only film for 30 minutes at a time, and we're coming up on 22 minutes. Hey. All right. Time to pour. Let's go.
That looks like just like it.
I've done it.
Raven, the ultimate millennial trash.
Garbage, but in the best way. All right, well, no glitter on this one for sure. So let me go ahead and do our usual thing. We're at the midway point, which means it is time for your sacrifice to the algorithm gods in our name. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you do so down below. Share the video with another piece of millennial trash. Leave a comment. What else are you hoping we're going to get done with this particular collection? Because we're going to have 4 designs, 3 more to go after this. Take your guesses down below. And of course, your reward for your engagement is a close-up at the top of the soap. Let's go. And here is the close-up on the top of Party Cup, inspired by the jazz design. I think this top is really perfect. I'm really loving it. I might have to keep one of these for myself. We'll see. But we're going to let this set up for only 24 hours because we learned our lesson last month that we cannot currently do 48. We'll save that for the winter. And we'll see you then when we cut it down into bars. Bye. Hello and welcome back. Thank you for checking out that ad break if you got one. I am returned with my jazz design, my paper cup. How awesome does this top look, right?
Every time I look at it, I'm like, God, paper cup.
I did so good. All right, so we are going to be cutting this down into bars. It is a little bit squishy still. And I didn't clean up the edges. They're not too bad, though. Should be all right. Vanya is back in duty with proper strings reattached and ready to go. And I am ready to do this. So here we go. Easy. Okay, you know what's the crazy thing? So this entire collection and last collection were all made out of the same master batch of oils. Some of them even the same master batch of lye water. And they're fine. They're fine now. They're fine.
Well, and then I remade New Holland with this batch, and New Holland was remade with the same batch of oils or lye and oils from the last collection, you know, leftovers from that. And it came out fine.
The soap
all together now came out fine. This Is Me came out fine.
Everything else that we made before this and after that, all fine. It's almost like a curse upon the government. It's really struggling to get its purpose going. I don't know, man. But I'm thinking we're looking pretty solid for this collection. I think we've mentioned a few times before that we batch film. So the entire collection as of filming right now is done and I can see it and it's amazing. I'm really, really happy with this collection. Y'all are really gonna like it. Alrighty, time for the reveal. Ooh, pretty. Okay. It doesn't look exactly like the paper cup on the inside, but, you know, I think we all know it wasn't going to look exactly like that. The top makes up for that for sure. But this is nice.
It's pretty. I like it.
I'm happy.
It's delicate.
Yes. Let me get
a fancy.
Let me get you another one here. Ooh. Look at that, huh? Nice.
And here, I was planning for you to do a vertical because you've always been like, now a vertical.
I'll do a vertical. I feel like it doesn't, like it's good for socials, but it doesn't look great in this format. So if I do it separately, then I can just cut it out.
Oh.
Sorry, I probably should have communicated that. That would have been, you know, the reasonable thing to do, but I didn't.
And you me about communication.
Yeah. Isn't it wild how important it is? How much it sucks when you don't do it? Crazy. Boy, it's nice not struggling. Ooh, that came out pretty. And just real quick, here is your bonus bar from my test batch. In case you get it in the random sample pack, that is that one. So here is my finished soap next to the original digital design. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Given the subject matter, translating that to soap, I think I did a great job. All right, that is one in the bag. Boom, laying it up, looks great. Very happy. So it is that time where we are going to be doing a little bit of a hydration reminder. please go get your water. Get your water, my friends. We are going to do a 5-second sip because in a world that sucks, the least we can do is be hydrated. So let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah, good job.
You choose to be hydrated. I choose to be caffeinated.
Why not both?
Carbonated water, citric acid.
Isn't that usually your argument with me?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right.
The first ingredient's water.
Well, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Again, this is going to be coming out on the last Friday of August as part of our Millennial Trash collection. If you want to see some more behind the scenes stuff, about once or twice a month, I do upload a vlog to our vlog channel. It's just Cat and Raven Vlogs. It's linked down in the description. I also put a link here if you want to go and check it out. It is mostly me doing business stuff and life stuff, but sometimes I manage to get Cat in there on occasion.
Sometimes when I don't intentionally do when you're busy.
Exactly.
Or not here.
So thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next week for the next one.
Bye-bye! Woo-woo! I wonder if our curses actually went out into the universe and are doing their thing now.
God, I would love that.
Same.
Please.
Please!